Alright. 3-card Molly, 3-card Joe. 3-card Molly, Joe, oh no, Joe. 3-card Molly, 3-card Joe. 3-card Molly, oh Joe, oh no. So there's your Joe. Joe is the joker, okay? When you look at the person who makes all the jokes, is everything funny? You gotta ask. Now here we have a Venn diagram. When you have a Venn diagram, you look at what similarities do the both Joes have, and you look at the differences. Now the first Joe you introduced to in the game, okay, I'm replacing Molly, 3-card Molly, for 3-card Joe. Now you have 3-card Joe, but you have 2 Joes on the board, okay? The prankster, the jokester, just because he makes jokes does not mean that he's a comedian. Although some of the things that he says might be funny. He could be considered the charmer, the one that all the girls know, the one that all the girls like. But once the tricks start getting played, like this 3-card Joe, then the truth comes out. Okay? Now that first Joe we're looking at is the person who, when you go to Harlem, the woman says, I've seen many Joes in a lifetime. I've learned quite a bit from every last one of them. But I've lived in Harlem all my life, and I do know a Joe when I see them. What she's really telling you is to be careful, to watch out for that person, to be mindful of what it is that you think you're seeing. Sometimes things are not seen as clearly as you think they should. This Joe is a comedian, but he's also a con artist. He's always the one who's carrying people around, driving them around and charming them. But he cannot charm your wallet if you let him. Be mindful of that. All right, let's start the game again, okay? All right, 3-card Joe, 3-card Molly. 3-card Molly, 3-card Joe, oh no. This is a different Joe. Now this one is colorful. This one basically is on display. This Joe is the one who might listen to other people and take everyone else's advice but his own. Now, I might be using the name Joe, but I could be using anyone's name in this case. Basically, when you go to the table, could be on Canal Street in New York, could be anywhere. When you watch this game and you're watching to see what's under the card, they're asking you to pick a card, pick any card. When you're picking a card, you're picking the person, you're picking the personality. A man goes to God and he says, I just want a simple person. I just want to date a simple person. Be careful what you ask for, because simple is not always simplicity. Simple could be a simple date, but even that can become complicated depending on the person, okay? You have a lot of people trauma bonding, okay? They bond with another person based upon the problems that they've grown up with or the problems they've had in the past. And that's what got them together. But what's going to keep them together? What's going to make it stick, okay? You're looking at that Venn diagram. You're looking at the many differences that you see in a person, as well as the many similarities. When you're looking at any one and you're trying to break down what it is that you need to know about the person, observation is key. There's so many people who meet people all the time and assume that they're one thing when they're actually another. In a story, a man meets a woman and he assumes she is one person. It takes him almost to the end of the story to realize that the person he was with was a con artist the whole time. The person who he thought he knew he knew nothing of, okay? Now, I was born in New York City, okay? Although, so I've been told. Being born in New York City and you grow up in New York City, I don't care if you're the quietest person in the group. I don't care if people say, oh, that person is this or that. You still got to get to know the person. When anyone grows up in New York City, they're forced to see game. Now, whether they choose to take it in or not, they're forced to see the game. You know why? Because they're true players in your surroundings. I don't care if you sit in the car and you watch the same people walk by. Everybody's different. So when you're looking at different individuals, you're also looking at their energy. You're observing the conversation. Everyone is different. Do not assume that you are upper class or lower class or middle class until you meet the next person, because everyone is on display. Everyone's display is going to be different. Everybody's game is going to be different. This is 3-card Molly. No, 3-card Joe. Now, how did the game get played? It got played because you let it get played. Look at every individual. You observe them differently. Do not assume anyone is of simplicity. A guy thought that this woman was quiet. He thought she was good. He thought she was good-natured. As he got to know who she was, he got to see that his friends knew her better than him. He thought that he had a good girl. But at the end of the day, when he realized who he had, who he married into, all of the children he thought was his were not his. They were someone else's. All the family members that surrounded him that he thought were caring and supportive, everybody knew the story but him. Look and judge not anyone else, but observe. Look at your own personality. Judge your own frequency. Try to get to know who you are before you go trying to peep game or learn other people. Because at the end of the day, when you figure out who you are, it's a lot easier for you to deal with the people in your surroundings. It's time to wake up. Wake up.